4-foot bedpost. It was designed by accident, trial and error in the 1300s, 1400s. It was used during the Baroque period. Before 1600, they developed it. And it's kind of an interesting instrument. The piano over there is got a lot of keys. If you take 2 to the 5th power, which is 32, then you take 2 to the 6th power, 64, there's 6 octaves on the piano. I mean, you can take your hand and you go boink, that's 1 octave, boink, that's another octave, boink, that's another one. So there's 88 keys on the piano. The reason is, when you were born, you had strings across your vocal cord, you'd like to talk to somebody, and the frequencies that you can hear are 16 hertz, 16 cycles per second, up to 20,000. Now, to reach 16 hertz to 20,000, you'd have to have a real long tube to resonate. So nature says, let's coil it all up like a snail shell and make it with a logarithmic spiral. And we can capture all those frequencies and shove them in your ear when you're. So that's what happened. There's a cornucopia spiral inside your ear that captures all the notes of the piano. The piano has 88 keys. It happens to be the number of constellations in our sky, which has nothing to do with the piano. This bassoon is different. You can play the piano with 2 hands, which is called 2 octaves, boing, boing, 2 octaves wide. To have an orchestra have capture 20,000 hertz, you need lots of different instruments. You need a trumpet and a trombone and a cornet and a timpani and a bassoon. So this bassoon is 3 octaves you can play on the range. Trumpet is about 2. Your human voice is a wonderful instrument. It's a string you twang and it goes from 16 all the way to 20,000. So people that play stringed instruments, there's harmonics in the string. There's a fundamental frequency that goes, then there's a harmonic of that twice step, multiplied by 2, called a harmonic. So, what I'm going to do is explain the bassoon in a minute, then I'll play a little ditty for you so you can hear a bassoon. It's 7 feet long. To drag a 7-foot tube around is unwieldy. So they go down, they start here at the end and go all the way down, make it turn and come back up. To make the air stand inside the bassoon, it stands, you have a reed that vibrates. There's 2 reeds, one on top and one on the bottom, so it's called a double reed. Clarinet has 1 reed. Did you hear that? Sound like a duck. Not very musical. So you put it on the end of the horn. The air will vibrate through this taper. There's a taper on here called a vocal, and it gives the logarithmic frequencies spectrum. This tube is important. That does the work. I'll vibrate it and have it go through. And you'll hear it. The air will go through it, fill up 7 feet, and it'll come out different holes. But these holes have been drilled by accident, trial and error, and you have to get the holes so that they all come down to your hand so you can grab it. So I'm going to do that. Give me a moment. Now it can go lower than that. stands. Now, once you get to this point on the vocal cords, it goes logarithmic. Once you get to that point, there's a 1 to 90 taper in the tube. That means you go out 90 feet, you go up 1 foot, and you take that angle, and they're all bored to that 1 to 90 taper. That's just the way it is when you're a bassoon player. You have to live with that 1 to 90 taper. Well, then you got to drill holes at different angles, and there's more holes and there's more keys than I have thumbs. So you have to learn to press 2 or 3 keys sometimes 4 with your thumb. So it's usually guys that are a little bit weird play bassoon. I'll play them a song here for Christmas. Oh, come all you faithful.